Let's see now. 1 second. Oh, it's interesting. LinkedIn is not going live. There we go. Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to Career Coach Office Hours. Tuesdays at noon Eastern, I like to spend about a half hour with you answering your questions about job search. And thus, if you've got a question about your search, please put it into chat so I can answer it live, because that's what I'm here to do. I understand that the skills needed to find the job are different from those needed to do a job. And as such, most people don't have advisors that are really worth a darn to help them. Now, I'm someone who worked in search for a long time and filled a bunch of positions. And thus, I offer this as an opportunity to get acquainted with me, because I want to encourage you to come join me at JobSearch.Community, where I've got video courses, books, and guides to help you with your job search. I'll also mention I've got a new book out. It's currently on Kindle. Monday it'll be out as a paperback, and we're working on the audio book of it. 10 Steps to Changing Careers is the name of the book. And if you're a career changer, it's going to be a wonderful addition for you that really breaks down into concrete steps to help you land your next role. So again, 10 Steps to Changing Your Career, currently out on as Kindle. Monday it comes out as a paperback. I'm just putting the name of the book into chat. Sorry. And it'll be part of the JobSearch.Community membership. So if you join, you get access to all my video courses, books, and guides as part of the program. So again, flat pricing at JobSearch.Community that makes it easy for you to learn and grow and get an advisor to help you. So video courses that you can work with asynchronously, plus depending upon the tier of service, you're always getting access to me, but it's different amounts of access. So prices range from $49 a month all the way to intensive access to me at $1,000 per month, where I work with people in an intense way. We spend more time with one another. I help you land that much more with. It's really geared towards senior professionals to help you with your skills, to get you up to speed so that you can land your next role. So again, that's JobSearch.Community. I'll also mention, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/thebiggamehunter. Mention that you saw this, because I like knowing I'm helping some folks. And I'll just simply say, I'm here to help. Last week, I couldn't really go very long. I was not feeling well. I'd come back from a doctor where I had shots for something that was going on with my right eye. And I'm much better now, as you can tell by my energy. But last week, I did 2 questions, had to call it a day, and that was that. So next week, I'm off. I've already uploaded a show that I'll be releasing next week. It's something I did in 2021. Amongst the 221 shows that I've done, this was recorded, I believe, in September 2021. So you'll have that. And then the following week, I'm back to a normal schedule. So on August 13th, today, we're normal. August 20th is a pre-recorded show. August 27th, I'm back to taking questions from you again. And I just want to start off today with a reminder for you about your resume. Your resume is kind of like an ad on a dating site. What are you trying to do on a dating site? Have sex, get married? No, you're trying to attract attention to begin the process of getting to know someone, right? Well, a resume is much the same thing. And with your resume, you want them to swipe right so that they engage in the conversation with you. You submitted a resume, that's your version of swipe right. You're interested in the other party. Well, now you have to get them to swipe right so that they ask you out, have an interview with you in some way, shape, or form. And that's your goal here, just to get them to ask you out for a conversation. Could be by phone, could be by video, whatever it is, it's to have that first conversation. So your job is to make yourself attractive to other people. And that starts with a resume. It also includes your LinkedIn profile and what it does to attract attention and make people want to swipe right. So that's my reminder with regard to your resume. And I have to also say your LinkedIn profile. And again, I go for about 30 minutes on this show. And what I'm hoping for is that some of you will put in some questions, because I do have some from people that have sent them to me in advance of the show through my LinkedIn profile, which again is linkedin.com/IN/thebiggamehunter. So the first question someone sent to me is, the hiring manager ghosted the phone interview she set up. I tried calling 3 times, texted once, and left 1 voicemail in the 5 hours since. Should I give up? For today, give up. For today, give up. Yeah, you're at the stalker phase, clearly. Yeah, it's 5 attempts to reach someone. Obviously, they're not getting back to you. The question is why? What I would do is send them an email tomorrow. And the email has the subject line of, "Are you okay?" You could do this by text, by the way, where you just ask, "Are you okay?" And what you're trying to do in the body of the email is just simply say, we were scheduled to speak yesterday at such and such time. I didn't hear from you. I just want to make sure you're all right. If they don't respond to that, forget them. Absolutely forget about it. Would you really want to go to work for someone who doesn't care enough to respond to a message that suggests that you're concerned about them and you just want to make sure that they're okay? I don't think so. So what I would say to you is, give it one more shot in this manner so that you're giving them an opportunity to surface and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, something came up. Can we speak again at," and they offer you a date and time. The whole thing is, you don't want to come across as like a crazed stalker, which you may have already done. So switching gears in this way, I found when I did search, it worked very, very well to get people to surface. And for those of you who are hiring managers with the candidate who ghosted and isn't being responsive, you can do the same thing. "Are you okay?" is the subject line. The body reads, "We were scheduled to meet at," and you weren't there. "I just want to make sure you're okay. Do you want to reschedule?" And if they ghost, you don't bother. If they get back to you apologetically, that's different. So that's my suggestion to you. I hope they surface. I hope you have a good conversation with them. Okay. Here we go. Next question is, why do some hiring managers want personal references? It's a strange scenario to ask for a personal reference. Maybe this is about your character. I don't really see that there's a downside to this, except insofar as it's not really dealing on a professional level with your circumstances. So I would respond by asking, out of curiosity, sure, happy to give you personal references, but why personal and not professional? And then be quiet and let them answer. Don't interrupt. Find out their logic system to this, because if things work out, it's going to tell you a lot about them. We always like to check personal references of individuals and what they'll say about someone, because we found over the years that personal references give better character conversations than professional references do. Okay, I can accept that. But then again, you may get the crackpot answer that will also tell you something too. So next time this happens to you, or when this happens to someone, just ask them why personal and not professional. After all, what a personal reference would say about your work isn't really going to be useful, is it? But again, ask them. It's impossible really to discern. Okay. And I just want to remind you, if you've got a question for me, put it in the chat so I can answer it live. Also, become an insider at JobSearch.Community. There it is, JobSearch.Community, where I've got free stuff on the homepage, don't get me wrong, but the great stuff, the spectacular stuff is within the site itself. Become an insider at any level. You have access to all my content that way for one price, not the individual prices for the books like you'd find at Amazon, or the video courses that you'd find through my other website. What you do is you become an insider, Insider Plus, any of the tiers of service, and what you'll get is access to a lot of great information that you can practice with at your convenience and not pay an arm and a leg for. So again, that's JobSearch.Community. Let's go. I've had over 100 interviews, but can't get a job offer. What am I doing wrong? Everything. I don't know where the 100 interviews are, but if you're not getting past the screener, you're not making your fit obvious, because all they really care about is, can you click the check boxes for them? Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done it? No, no? Okay, no, okay. Have you done that? What have you done with this? What have you done with it? That's all they really care about. So when you tell me you've had 100 interviews, excuse me, you're telling me you don't interview well at all. And thus, the simplest thing I can tell you to do is become a member and watch the Ultimate Job Interview Framework, because that will teach you how to interview like a pro. So with 100 interviews, you're doing more wrong than I could ever go into here. I just want to focus on teaching how to do it right. And like I said, my video course called the Ultimate Job Interview Framework, which you can order from other places for the same cost as a 1-month membership on JobSearch.Community as an insider, will help you with. So again, that's JobSearch.Community. Now, Araceli, I believe that's your first name, asked how to end a job interview with impact. There's lots of ways to do that, and I don't know what your capabilities are from an interview perspective. So excuse me if I wing it a little bit here and give you some options. So the first thing I'll say to you is, one of the strongest things that you can do, is have a series of questions to ask at the end. Let's say you hire me and I come on board. It's, what would your expectations for me be over the first 30, 60, 90 days is one question to ask. Another one is, let's say you hire me now and it's a year from now and you think I've done a great job. What will I have accomplished during that year that'll make you think that way? Another question to ask is there anything that you've heard or not heard that makes you question whether I'm qualified to do this job? Because this gives you a way of replying. And of course, the finale to that is, I just want you to know that I really like this situation. I look forward to hearing from you about next steps. What might I expect to hear back from you, about a next step? And it's not just what you say that matters. It's how you say it. Do you speak with timidity or do you speak with enthusiasm and passion? How you carry yourself is as important as the words coming out of your mouth. I'm a believer that people need to practice for interviews, and practicing these questions and delivering them as only you can when you're at your best with a smile on your face and a twinkle in your eyes as you talk. Because remember, from their standpoint, they want to hire people who give a damn about doing great work. And the smile and the twinkle in your eyes goes a long way toward delivering that impression upon them. So to end the job interview with impact, there's lots of different ways to do it. These are basic ways that I coach people with in my practice. I hope you can practice this and execute on it for yourself. So thank you for posing that question. I appreciate it. And let's see what else someone has sent to me. And by the way, again, if you've got a question for me, you can put it in the chat as she did so I can help. Now, next question so far is, what does it mean when your job application status is moved from received to in review? The answer is received means that they received your resume. That's it. In review means someone opened it up and they're reading it. That's it. Doesn't mean you're getting an interview. It just means that they're reviewing it. And I know it's kind of lame to do that, but that's what they're trying to communicate. They're trying to communicate each step of the process as though they're trying to be a communicator rather than being opaque. So that's all it really means. No big deal. Okay. Here is a fun scenario. An auto mechanic friend in New York got a welding job offer in Arizona. He didn't apply or mention anything about looking for a new job. They may have contacted him via Facebook. They're paying his airfare and hotel expenses. And the question is, do I think this is a scam? And the answer is, yeah, I do think it could be a scam. And get the tickets in advance. Araceli, give me 1 second. I'll come back to you. So, yes, I do think it could be a scam. The idea is find out what the firm is, who they are, and have your friend call them to see if the person they're supposed to meet with actually works for this firm, so that he or she can make a decision about whether to accept the airfare, which I suspect they're going to say something like, we just need you to handle a couple of expenses. Could you give us your credit card information, or some other way that they're going to get access to your bank account information, or this person's bank account information. And that's really where the scam may progress to. So yes, I do think it's a scam. The easiest way to check it out is they have the name of the person who reached out to them. Call them, see if they're real. And if they are real, find out what their role is. Your friend can ask them, I'm just curious. I'm an auto mechanic. Why are you contacting me for a welding job, let alone flying me to Arizona for it? And that will tell him a lot, her a lot about you, about this firm and the nature of the situation. Let me continue here. Sorry, I inadvertently pulled the browser tab down. Let me kind of minimize that. And how important is your LinkedIn profile? Very important. I'll just say the simplest thing it does is it validates the information in your resume. The more important thing that it does is it gives people a billboard about you and gives them a sense of you and your experience, because resumes are for when you're the hunter reaching out to organizations. LinkedIn is for when you want to be hunted. It's how you create your brand and reputation through LinkedIn and other public-facing media. Thus, the way I look at LinkedIn is a way that you can promote yourself and market yourself, not just simply when you're looking for a job, but for years to come. Because your career is not just simply about this particular job change. It's about your career as a totality and creating a reputation for yourself as someone that people should reach out to because you have a background that will help them fill a role. So I think it's incredibly important. And I'll just simply say, I was LinkedIn member 7653 of the more than 1 billion people on the platform. I've been around since almost the beginning of LinkedIn. I know my LinkedIn anniversary is in October. I don't remember the date. I have it set up on my calendar, and I get a kick out of it, that I'm contacted by LinkedIn to congratulate me on my anniversary on the platform after so many years. So I find it's very important for a billboard about you, a place where people can reach out to you, and a place where you can develop your brand and reputation, not just simply for a job search, but for your career in total. I'll just simply remind you, if you've got a question for me, just put it into chat so I can answer it live as I've been doing with Araceli. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And in addition, become an insider at JobSearch.Community. I've got free stuff on the homepage. One PDF I'd mentioned to you is diagnosing your job search problems. Another video course is about elevator pitches, how to craft a compelling elevator pitch, and I have others there as well that will help. It's not none of this is my most in-depth information. It's good basic stuff that's a launch point for starting you with your improvements around your career and your job search. So again, that is at JobSearch.Community. Connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/thebiggamehunter. Again, mention that you saw this. I like knowing that I'm helping some people. Once we're connected, my network tends to be much larger than most people's. So you'll get my first level connections as your second, and that's going to give you access to more people to network with on LinkedIn. So next question is, what's the best answer to the question, why should we hire you and why? Is it true that people get hired for having a strong reason as to why they should be hired over anyone else who applies? Let me deal with the second part first. The second part is, is this a reason why someone's hired over anyone else? The answer is, in my opinion, no. It is a reason why you validate their impressions of them. But it's a lame question. Why should we hire you and why? Why should we hire you? I really don't know is the truth of it. I think I've been demonstrating to you that I have the skills for this role, but I'm sure everyone else you're talking with also says that to you as well. I do have experience doing this, that relates to what you're looking for. But I'll also say, unlike some of the others who are going to try and beg you for a job and put on a performance, I'm going to tell you straight out what I think at times. I want to be effective in supporting you. And to me, telling the truth matters. I know it will matter to you too. So if I agree with you and I tell you that, it's because I believe it. If I don't agree with you and I tell you that, you can make your own decision whether my ideas are valid, but I'm always going to tell you the truth. And in doing that, I'm not going to be difficult. I'm going to answer you in a direct manner so that you get my best input. So why should you hire me? Well, I tell people the truth. Okay. So that's the way I encourage people to approach the question. And the flip of that is, of course, why do you want to work for us? I've covered that on other shows, and how I approach that. I want to continue on because I have to do a break at approximately the half-hour mark, 12:30. I can go a touch longer, but not much more because I'm teaching a class at the top of the hour, and I want to do my last minute prep for that. So with that, let's go to our next question, which is, how do I showcase my skills to the interviewer beyond the resume or besides a resume? Interview like an all-star because they're an interviewer. They want to see that. Araceli, bear with me for a second. I'll come back to you after I'm done answering this. So you want to demonstrate that you have competence, self-confidence, character, chemistry, maybe a little bit of charisma, that you care about doing world-class work, that they can trust you because they want to trust you is really what it comes down to. And a lot of people will have comparable skills. So how do you do all of this? The answer is inspire confidence that you're the solution to a need. As I said to Araceli earlier, it's not just what you say that matters, it's how you say it that does that. So you've got to practice answering predictable questions to interview, predictable questions, and you want to have answers prepared to them. You can use ChatGPT to help you with that. You can give, this is my background, give it a resume. This is a job I would be interviewing for, give it a job description. And you can even go so far as to tell it the name of the firm that job relates to and give it the website address as well. And ask it to deliver likely interview questions that you would be asked. Now, it doesn't guarantee it's going to be these specific questions. And thus, your goal here is to practice. So you deliver your lines in a way that inspires confidence that you're the solution to a need. Any advice for a director ISC Finance position interview? You can do the same thing I just suggested. Practice using ChatGPT for some of the questions that you might be asked. Again, give it the job description, tell it the name of the firm, and give it the website address. Give it your resume as well without the contact information. It doesn't need that from you. And you can then ask it, if you were them interviewing you to figure out whether I was qualified, tell me questions they might ask. Now, again, it's not going to necessarily be these specific questions, but there are themes to this that it will zero in on. Again, I'll also mention the Ultimate Job Interview Framework course, because that covers the mechanics of the interview rather than the specific ones for every single job. There's a framework that I teach in that course. It's about 50 minutes in length. That's the best of my recollection. It's available with all my other stuff at JobSearch.Community. Become an insider. Watch the course. If you don't think there's any other value there, okay, discontinue the membership. My feelings won't be hurt. You got what you needed, but you'll have access to it for a month, and that will help you as it has helped many other people before. So if you'd like me to coach you as well, or you want to spend a little time in conversation with me, you can go to the next tier of service where I do 2 20-minute Zoom calls with people in addition to providing all the content. And then from there are other tiers of service above that that are more costly, that involve more time. I want to help you land is really what it comes down to. So again, go to JobSearch.Community. The course involved is the Ultimate Job Interview Framework. There's also a final interview course there as well, because everyone focuses on the first interview and they ignore the later ones. And to me, so often things break down because people aren't prepared for the final interview. And you think it's an immortal lock, and it isn't. They're still screening. You are competing. And I'll just simply say, become an insider. It will help you. So I hope you found today's show helpful. I'm Jeff Altman. Again, JobSearch.Community is my website that I want to encourage you to become an insider at. And also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. Mention that you saw this. I like knowing I'm helping some folks. Once we're connected, your network is going to be a lot larger. Also, my new book, 10 Steps to Changing Careers, currently out in Kindle next Monday, which I believe is the 19th of August, 2024. It's out as a paperback, and shortly thereafter, I expect it's going to be out as an audiobook as well. But for now, order it. It will help you if you're a career changer. And I've got other books and guides as well. So if you want to search for me by name on Amazon, you can do that. I also have the Ultimate Job Interview Framework as a paperback there, or as a Kindle book, also available at JobSearch.Community as part of the memberships. There's the Right Answers to Tough Interview Questions, another book that I've developed, also at JobSearch.Community. All my stuff is there to help you. But if you only want to buy things piecemeal, you can do it on Amazon. It will help. I hope you have a terrific day, and most importantly, be great. Take care.